Welcome to Investors Edge, powered by SNL. Today, we have the privilege of hosting a distinguished guest whose career spans over 25 years in the dynamic landscape of international and domestic business advisory, fundraising, and venture capital. Our guest today is Vandana Tolani, the founder and CEO of Convanto, a boutique investment firm known for its expertise in supporting early stage startups. She's a versatile and dynamic professional with a remarkable track record of mentoring startups, identifying growth opportunities, and building high performing teams. Her name is synonymous with innovation, empowerment, and strategic thinking in the world of finance and entrepreneurship. In recognition of her outstanding contributions, she was named one of the top 10 leaders in wealth management women in 2021 and was awarded as the founder of one of the top 10 women entrepreneur brands. Her influence extends far beyond her role as the CEO, as she is a sought after speaker, influencer, and mentor, having participated in over 160 talks, conferences, and webinars. Vandana, you're truly an inspiration for women in this field and everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me here. It's an honor to have such podcasts and people wanting me to come on their podcast. Also, I have my own angel network, which is called Avinya Angel Network, which I've just launched. Apart from this, we have helped 4 to 5 VC funds with their fundraisers. Um, we have done 185 investments in 40 countries up till now in my 10 years of being in India.
You have an impressive background with over 25 years of experience in international and domestic business advisory, fundraising, and venture capital. Can you
Okay.
share with us what initially drew you to this world of venture capital?
I did work in Bombay for some time and in Delhi as well. And then I went to a fund which was in Jakarta and Singapore. And then I came back uh, and then started my own company. It took a plunge and everything just happened magically.
So today you're working with Convato.
Yeah.
What is the mission that you are driving, and what kind of services are you offering to startups that are seeking partnership with Convato?
We work globally with funds, with startups, so our vision is to grow 10x times more than what we are today. Also, I haven't got the opportunity to do D and E series deal, which I want to really look into. So we have sector agnostic startups in health tech, in fintech, in consumer tech, in agri tech, in climate change. Uh, there are a lot many that I can speak about. And essentially, our focus is to help them with fundraise, help them with the correct kind of presentation to present to these investors, at what stage they can do that as well. Post they receive the term sheet, then we help them negotiate. So, we do give them a lot of business advices as to how to go about things which they might not be aware of. And there are some founders who cannot handle finance, so we help them with that. So, essentially, the skills, each founder doesn't have all the skills, but they have some skills which help them move around. Then they require people like us who help them with these things, with
I
their
see.
fundraisers, with their guidances, with the business advice that they get from us, how to move about, what is it when that they are doing wrong, what is it that they can correct.
So, do you directly help people raise funds or connect them with potential investors?
Yeah, we do help, them with raising funds. We have built strong relationships with the MDs of these funds. over 25 years. So we know how to get things done. We know what guidance to give, what help we can give to the founders. We
I
do
see.
give in a lot of documentation, and lot of help to a lot of founders.
I see. Being sector agnostic has its own challenges. How do you compare climate health versus fintech, and how do you understand what kind of growth opportunities are the best suited to invest in?
Being sector agnostic is not a challenge because it helps you and essentially to know about all the things in all the sectors. So I think it's very important to be sector agnostic because then you're open minded to taking up new challenges, new risks. You're not in essentially in a herd mentality that okay, I have to just follow if it's a consumer deal and just keep following. So if something unique comes up like a cure for cancer maybe, or something which is really going to solve a lot larger problem, I think one picks that up because naturally there some people are doing really good work. Like we have uh, uh, startups that are actually eradicating chemotherapy as a treatment, and giving some other forms of life sciences, which can help the person to survive such deadly diseases. So I think there's no challenge at all unless something really unique comes up, and then it's not that I know about all the industries in depth. But yeah, of course, broadly we understand because we have been doing this work for 25 years.
I see. As
Mhm.
you said, not every founder can have every skill, and that's where you come in and help them build those
Yeah,
skills. How important is mentorship for startups, and what advice do you typically offer to early stage founders?
we do a lot of college talks where they are early stage young entrepreneurs, where we mentor them as to how to take things forward. And usually our ticket size is 1 million to 100 million, so we already get really established companies most of the time, and they already know what they are doing. They don't really require a mentorship. When it comes to mentorship, it's more when IITs of different places call us, e-cells of different colleges call us, or masters college, they call us.
For college students looking to start their
Yeah.
startups soon, what advice would you like to offer them?
Startup has also become a buzzword. I think for students also, it's very important that they do a job, make their own earnings, learn all the skills and hardships, and invest their own money into their own startup to realize the value of each and everything. So I think that is what I keep telling them, that it's not like a cup of tea. Everybody is just getting into startup and they don't want to really look into what business plans they have. I think what we lack here is also that in our homes and our colleges and our workplaces, we don't help each other recognize our skills, help them recognize a skill which they have not recognized. Also, in India, especially, there is blue for boys, pink for girls, kitchen for girls, and dolls, and soccer for boys. So I think that perspective also has to change. Then a lot more people can be treated as equal, whether it's a boy or a girl. And we can see a vast change. I have had women founders, married founders, that have come to me and said that their husbands think that they cannot manage money. So these are some of the barriers. Once we break these, and there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of work, and how to push each other. There's a word for it, pay it forward. There are a lot of books. There's a book called Start with Why. There's a book called Startup to Exit. Uh, so I think these books have a lot of stuff in them which will help each and every one of you to really reach your success.
What advice would you like to give to aspiring founders, especially women, to learn from you and get into the field of venture capital and secure funding?
So sometimes women become their own foe. How they do that is by not believing in themselves, by letting others make their decisions. Also, giving up easily. These things women should not do, because once they start doing this, they get into that pattern of being conditioned all the time by people around them. And uh, one must always, I think, hear to what their instinct is saying. So many times, like, women want to do things, but they are discouraged by people around them, their families, their friends. So they get confused. Even if they are doing the right thing, they'll get confused. And they will take a backseat there. It's very important for them to be progressive, proactive, believe in themselves, and each and every woman on this planet, uh, they have some skill or the other. Women are born to be fighters. They have lot of patience, perseverance. They have very good um, minds to handle a lot of things, which I strongly believe. They need to also recognize their own potential. And that happens, that somebody cannot help you with, or any other woman. They have to help themselves. The moment they actually take a leap to help themselves, I think that's the first step in every occasion, whether you're in college, whether you're at home, you have to help yourself. Once you decide that I am on this path and I have to take this forward, then definitely uh, you have to look at yourself as a motivation. Just believe in yourself and think rationally, and that happens, I guess, by time. Also, for young women, they are timid, they get scared easily. I think it's also the upbringing, how they are raised. If they are raised to uh, make a point firmly and do what they want to do, I think that also will help them. Like I said, it's they have to be fight their own battles. And a lot of women, they back out because of pressure. Also, in I have seen, like, people who have been vice presidents in really big companies. I mean, women, they back out because there's a lot of pressure. Now, pressure is not only for them from um, office, or men troubling them at office or trying to put them down. It's also from their own families. So they have to manage so much that they finally give up one thing, which is their work, because they think, okay, home to manage karna hi hai na, this thing to we have to do.
Yep.
Instead of choosing their work, they choose
Yep.
home most of the time. And they always feel guilty, yeah, after they have children, that uh, and they suddenly start feeling it. Oh, did I do the right thing by leaving my children here, or doing this or doing that? So I think that self doubt also, that hits each and every person on this planet. There has to be a way to come out of that. Each time self doubt hits everybody. I mean, it's not that it's not going to hit me, or have some protection around me, but we have to come out of it. And how gracefully we come out of it is, that is what makes us what we are. Because even I had men saying a lot of things when I came here that, oh, will she be able to do this or that, or how will uh, she be able to manage? But then you know,
Be your own cheerleader.
and
And
celebrate your wins. Like even if it's a small win, just celebrate it the way you want it. Make a checklist that these are the things that I want to, what do you call, mm, I want to, like, this checklist is what I want to achieve, and
ach-
keep ticking it. And, each time you tick one thing, it's like you have to keep hitting the ball with the bat.
yep,
Uh,
for
so,
sure, for sure. I mean, you yourself are a female founder in the industry and
yeah,
also a mother.
yeah.
Uh, you must have faced some of these challenges or even more. Can you share any challenge you faced and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, initially with coming back to India with two little kids was not an easy task. There were a lot of hiccups, but I think one really finds their way to do things and overcomes those challenges. And if challenges don't come to us also, then I think we don't recognize what is actually happening. We actually come to know our skills then only, that okay, these are our strengths.
Since you've been involved actively in speaking engagements, webinars, and talks, what is one of your most memorable speaking experience?
I had once given a talk on how to manage money in a college full of girls. I was really touched the kind of problems they had with money, and they were not able to manage money. I think that was one talk which I really enjoyed, because it really helped a lot of girls in that college how to manage their money. And I think anybody who's listening to it should be able to get some motivation and some direction. And I feel like everybody has the potential, we just have to tap it. And once we tap it, I think there's a lot more.
I see.
There are some opportunities that we actually don't even look at. But when we start tapping our potential, we get a lot of opportunities, and we are able to tap them as well.
How do you see the role of influencers and speakers like yourself in shaping the future of entrepreneurship and investment?
Influencers and speakers, people really look upon to them. It's very, very important what message we pass across and how much encouragement as influencers and speakers we are passing on to the other person, so that if they are feeling they are not able to get any direction, they can get it through our talks. And imparting knowledge to anybody, whether it's college students, whether it's entrepreneurs, whether it's VCs, whether it's anybody, it's important, because universe is actually connected with each other. The more you give, the more you receive also. And um, I think we play a major role as speakers, and there are a lot of speakers, and some are really good ones, even much better than myself. I have seen how they speak and how they explain and how they influence people's mind into doing a lot of good stuff. And it's very important that we as influencers and as speakers, we are as authentic as possible.
Are there any shows or any books that you would recommend them to read?
In the book Startup with Why, we are very afraid to ask questions. And this book says that ask as many questions as you can, because if you have a curious mind, that's when you will be able to really succeed in life. Why you should start with why when you're starting a business, or why you should question why uh, that you want to scale up.
Okay,
I think
so
that's
going a bit back to
what
Convanto,
the message
what
is
kind
there.
of
One should really
startups
read
and
these
what kind
books.
of startup founders should approach Convanto and how should they initiate contact? In the sense, what's is there any specific criteria you're looking for or information you look for when they are approaching you?
I'm very accessible on LinkedIn. Uh, my website has all the icons where they can reach out to me, the WhatsApp icon and other stuff. Uh, we do ticket size 1 million to 100 million. We are sector agnostic, so they can reach out to me via my website or through LinkedIn. They can even write a mail to me. My mail is publicly published, I think, on LinkedIn and other platforms. So I'm very easily accessible that way. We do look at the background of the founder. We do look at what revenues they have, what stage they are, and what is their ask from investors. Like I said, we only do 1 million to 100 million, but yeah, it's with different founders. So all criterias are not for the same business because each will have different criterias. But um, essentially, we do look at the background of the founders, especially in terms of their education and how much revenue they have made. Uh, we had founders who burnt the investors' money by buying a car. Very important to have some ethics there. Another thing that is that, I think one needs to be really patient and not aggressive and angry as a founder, which I have noticed in many founders. I think it's very important to have a proper pitch deck, a financial model valuation, business plan made by a professional, um, because it gives you a proper document that you can take to the investors. Otherwise, you would be wasting their time and your time, and they might be looking for something and that might be not put across in your documents. That is one mistake because founders think they can do everything on their own. And like I said, having a complementary team really helps. Having a CFO in place, having a operations head, having a finance. If you cannot manage your finances, then keep a CFO. He will be able, or he or she will be able to manage your finances. These are some of the mistakes that founders do make. Must have a private limited company, have two, three founders, have a nice team, have that drive and passion as to what you are doing, and you have that, and you are able to show to the investor that you can multiply their money, not only just burn the investor's money. I think these are some of the mistakes with valuations.
I see.
Founders get weird valuations from where I don't know, and they want to um, present that to the investor, not be flexible about it. But if they follow the right steps, they hire the right kind of investment bankers, they hire the right kind of people, make their documents, I think they should get invested.